Hello everybody and welcome to Everyday EDC. My name is Tyler and we got another knife review for you today. Today we have the Civivi Elementum. Full disclosure, I said I would never do a retake and I've already taken back on that because my dogs were going insane while I was trying to record this and it made it virtually impossible. So we're taking two. Let's see where we're at. We got the Civivi Elementum. The overall length on this guy is 6.9 inches. All right, so it's a very short, this thing pretty much disappears in your freaking pocket. I said that about a lot of them, but this one truly does. You can wear this with basketball shorts, you wouldn't even notice it. The blade length is 2.9 inches with a cutting length of 2.6 inches. So you're getting one of your shorter knives. This is a knife for somebody that, if you want to carry an everyday knife, you don't want to scare people when you bring it out. I mean, this is it. I was sitting at work the other day and a guy's watching me flip my... I think it was my Civivi Backlash. Not even a large knife. And he's watching me flip it. And he's like, is that legal to be here? Well, we live in Indiana. I can carry whatever I want. Yes, it is legal. So, the stock thickness, 0.12 inches. This is a D2 steel with a drop point blade and a satin finish. Now, what makes this knife, in my opinion, well, we'll get to that. What makes this knife much better than the previous Bull Mastiff that I reviewed. Granted, you're getting the cleaver style, so if you want a cleaver style, that's what you're getting. With this one, you have this nice hollow grind. This nice hollow grind is going to take you and just slice the living crap out of whatever you want to slice. I mean, this thing's awesome. And as you can see, I'm demonstrating Civivi action without talking about it until now. Now we're talking about it. Civivi action. There you go. It's fantastic. Great. I feel like I'm on a Civivi kick, guys. I'm gonna record every Civivi I can get my hands on, give you guys reviews on them. At the end, I'm gonna do a couple duels between these things to kind of pick out which ones stand above the others. And then at the very end, I'm not guaranteeing that I have all the Civivis, but once I have what I'm comfortable with, that I know is my style, I'm gonna do kind of a battle to the death for King Civivi. That is the goal, and at the end of it, we're gonna crown a winner of the Civivis. There will be a Civivi King. When that's coming, I'm not sure. I got plenty of more Civivis on the way. And I mean, I'm just, obviously, everybody's in love with this brand right now. They're decimating the budget market, and it's just, it's ridiculous. Back to the specs. This, unfortunately, is a right-hand only carry. You got this deep carry pocket clip right here, stainless steel. And, I mean, it's a small knife, so, you know, if you're left-handed, make it work, I guess. I don't know. I'm not left-handed, so I can't really speak to that. The weight on this is 2.9 ounces. It does not feel like 2.9 ounces, but when you're used to carrying the Backlash or something of that nature, which is a little bit heavier, not heavy, but a little bit heavier, maybe 2.9 ounces feels like nothing. I don't know. These come in several different colors. I think right now on Blade HQ, they are all sold out, unfortunately. But they come in a blue, black, gray. I typically go with the blacks because the black with the steel, or I'm sorry, black with the satin finish just looks so classy to me. I mean, it just, this is just, if this handle was black and this, that just looks so good. I'll show you another knife coming up here that, you know, during the comparisons on why I like the black on the satin finish. But it comes in a blue, black, gray. I believe it's now coming in a brown micarta, which is nice, and I think that's only like $5 more. This knife right now on Blade HQ was going for $50 due to the Father's Day sale, but they are all sold out, guys. Every single Elementum is sold out right now, at least on Blade HQ. I'm sure you can find them somewhere else. But they also come in soon with a rosewood handle, which is pretty cool. It's not your typical black wooden handle like I have on the Backlash. But I absolutely love it on the Backlash. But it's coming in this rosewood, which is a lighter color wood, and it just looks very classy, if you will. And then the other two is a bronze overlay in the handles. So you'll have this bronze brassy finish on the handles. Go ahead and look those up. Those are coming soon. Those aren't out on the market yet. But once again, unfortunately, at the time of posting this video on 6/22 of 2020, they are all sold out on Blade HQ. So let's get into our comparisons. And we will go with the Praxis to kind of show you a larger knife comparison there. And one more its size, and unfortunately would get dominated in a versus battle just due to my own bias. The Civivi Mini Bull Mastiff. Now, the Civivi Mini Bull Mastiff and this are the exact same length if you account for this tip right here. I believe the weights are extremely similar too. So, actually the Bull Mastiff does look longer right here, but I think that's just an illusion. You put it right there. And you could see, due to this tip, if you were to draw a line, they are damn near in line with each other. So the length is about the same. Obviously next to the Praxis, dominated. Absolutely dominated. And unlike the Mini Bull Mastiff, it does have that hollow grind like I was talking about, which is way more slazy. The flip side, the Mini Bull Mastiff is in 9CR 18 MOV, and I made it a point to use that all day the other day, cutting down about 45 to 50 boxes that we had sitting in our garage. This thing sharpens so well, the 9CR 18 MOV. Gosh, that stuff sharpens so well. It's a lot easier to sharpen than your D2s and stuff like that. Once again, not coming from a master sharpener. I am getting better each and every day that we do this, but take that for what you will. These next two have a little bit of a story behind them. We have our PM2 and our Mannix 2. If I've shown the Mannix in a previous video, which I think I was avoiding doing, these scales I put on tonight. I have a 45-minute long video recorded about me putting on these freaking scales, unbeknownst to me, because I don't actually read or look up anything, I just dig into it. This cage right here is a nightmare unless you've done it before, which I haven't, so yeah, that was miserable. Between that cage and this spacer back here, this thing is a pain to change out. But it was worth it. I think it looks great. And we're not done doing stuff to it, so I'm going to show you guys kind of what we've done to this as it goes on. I don't want to post that video because I did use some envelopes in the video that might have had my address on them. So I'm going to make sure that gets blacked out before I post that. But moving on here. The last sandwich. Normally you guys are used to seeing my Rat 1 and Rat 2. Well, they are sleeping right now. So I do not want to wake them up. They need a break, plus they're demanding more money. So we're going to give them a little break for right now. That is the Rat 1 and the ProTech Newport. As you can see, the Newport's coming in at slightly longer, just because of this edge right here. It's literally not even a quarter of an inch longer. And the Rat 1 dominates it in size. Okay. But with the Elementum, you know you're getting a much smaller knife. That's what you're looking for when you get this thing. As I said before, this thing disappears in your pocket. It's not quite as disappeary as a Benchmade bug out or mini bug out. Those are just on the obnoxious side as far as disappearing. You will not find a knife on the market right now, I don't believe, that compares with the weight of those. But you also don't really get the feel of quality when they're in your hands. I kind of feel like they feel a little cheap. I have one. It was my first knife ever, and I decimated that blade. I got a chip in the blade, and without sending it back to Benchmade, because I'm an idiot, I tried to sharpen it out when I didn't know what I was doing sharpening. So instead of having kind of like a drop point blade, it now has an angle and then a straight down. And it, like I said, just absolutely obnoxious. Anyways, back to the Civivi Elementum. This was and changed my mind when I picked it up about smaller knives. I like the size of the knives. The Praxis, I love it. I think that's more my size knife. Maybe a little bit too big, but there's no really such thing as too big. But maybe a little bit too big for my size. Again, talking about my own opinions. But when I picked this up, I was like, wow, this is what a nice smaller knife feels like. And I started to gravitate and believe that I could really like the 3-inch knives just as much as the 3.5 inch knives, or the 6.9 inch in length versus the 8-inch in length, right? Until I found another knife that I will be doing a review on soon, the Civivi Duros. Now, I don't know anybody else's opinions on the Duros, and I know I'm getting off topic. I haven't really even talked about the frickin' Elementum that much in this video, but I'm kind of comparing it and giving a compare and contrast. This opened my eyes, okay? This one said, okay, you can like 3-inch knives almost as much as the 3.5-inch knives. The Duros made me believe it. That thing, I can't wait to do a review on that, but I wanted to get through some of the ones that I've already had. But the long story short about this guy, the ergos on this feel good. This finger choil up here, you have to be careful with. Guys, if you're going to use this, it's a half choil, it looks like, and if you slide just the wrong way and my finger slips up, there's not much protection right here. I don't feel like it seats. Now, if you're pulling back, that's fine. But if for whatever reason it catches and you kind of do this, your finger might slide up and cut yourself, so be wary of that. All of these are T8 screws, with the exception of the pocket clip. The pocket clip's T6. Verified. I just had to double check for my own sanity. But, you know, you got your nice Civivi logo. It's just a classy looking knife. This is a very good choice if you want something very sleek, very slender. If you're wearing basketball shorts and you want to carry a knife, this is the knife for you. I talked about the Duros. The Duros is a little bit clunkier. It's a thicker knife, thicker handle. You really feel like the ergos and the Duros are way better because they're just thicker. Your whole hand fits around it. When I grab this, you know, my pinky's down here, and it grabs. But remember, I got, as they say, extra large gloves with very narrow fingers. And I apologize, the freaking camera. Anyways, I'm not apologizing to you guys anymore. You guys know it already. But anyways, guys, that is the Civivi Elementum. You can't go wrong with this knife if you're looking for a Benchmade bug-out-esque size. Obviously, the weight's not exactly that, but you are getting the 2.9 ounces for a 2.9 inch blade, so you are getting that blade to weight ratio. I mean, to me, I prefer this over the bug-out. I truly do. It's the bug-out itself is just one of those that feels cheap. This does not feel cheap in your hands. I don't know what a $250, $300 knife feels like in your hands. I haven't gotten to that point in the lifespan of what I do to start investing in those or buying those. I don't know. It's not fair to call it an investment. But, I mean, this thing feels more than $50, guys. When you feel all the knives and you start feeling what feels like quality, what doesn't, this definitely feels like quality. So, great knife. The hollow grind, creating such a great, slicey little knife. I mean, this thing's everyday tasks, not an everyday work knife. As if you're using your knife consistently at work, you might want to lean towards the Duros. The ergonomics are better, but like if you're pulling out your knife, doing a 5-minute task and going back, putting it away, this is a knife for you if you're looking for something in that 3-inch mark to say, you know, legal in Illinois, which is, I think, a 3-inch, you know, the 3-inch rule as far as blade length goes. And it just, the action on it's great. Typical Civivi style. You guys are going to get tired of hearing me say that, but it's the reality. I mean, these knives are way higher quality feeling than anything else in the market that I've felt, which my knowledge isn't that vast, but for the price, you're just getting something fantastic. So I hope you like it, guys. I hope you like the new setup. I bought the phone stand so that it stands up nice, and even though it doesn't, I'm going to zoom out and kind of show you guys what my phone stand currently looks like to stand up on. That is my extravagant YouTube studio. It is, yeah. I switched the angle so that you guys can turn your YouTube sideways and it goes full screen unlike it has been, so I apologize for that. Thank you guys for watching. This has been Everyday EDC. My name is Tyler. Stay safe, stay corona free, don't join the riots, and don't cut yourself. Oh man, that would have been an awesome sign off if it actually focused. The cut's going away, though. All right. Thanks again, guys. Take care.